Greetings of the holiday season. You may remember me if you're a loyal viewer of the Pro Sport Report cable TV show in the Chicago area. I am Jim Kapsa, and this is show number 1 of Kaps Komments. A lot of my friends who played ball with me over the years, and some of them were on my TV show, said to me, you ought to be doing one of the opinion shows like there's so many podcasts nowadays. I guess you can find about 100 of them on the various channels. And our show being on YouTube is going to be another one. So this is my Christmas present to you, Kaps Komments, show number 1. And I thought we'd start out by taking a little survey. Now, we have a mailing list set up from the Pro Sport Report. And we've sent some mailings out, and we asked our viewing audience that they should send us their favorite TV show, the name of their favorite TV show for the Christmas season. You see, I've got my book, one of my favorite books there, that's It's a Wonderful Life, which happens to be my favorite movie of the Christmas season, of course, with Jimmy Stewart, one of the all-time greats, and Donna Reed. And the other choices that you're going to have, I'm going to ask you to send either an email or a text message to me at prosportreport@aol.com. That's prosportreport@aol.com. And make a choice. The choices are, 1, It's a Wonderful Life, which happens to be my favorite of all time. 2, Miracle on 34th Street, which is my wife's favorite of all time, and a couple of my kids. And A Christmas Story, which is more for the younger set. So take your pick and send me your choice for your favorite Christmas movie of all time. Send it to me at prosportreport@aol.com. And on our next show, show number 2 of Kaps Komments, we'll tell you which show was the favorite Christmas story film of 2025. And we'll put this on aside. Now I want to just remind everybody that we're doing this show 10 days before Christmas. Great time to do a Christmas show, right? And just to let you know that some of our products that we've done over the years are still available to our viewing audience. This one here is the 1972 version of Inside Baseball with the Milwaukee Brewers. I lived up in Milwaukee for 8.5 years and got to know a lot of people with the Milwaukee Brewer organization. And Johnny Logan, God rest his soul, was a shortstop for the 1957 Milwaukee Braves World Champions. And he was at the ballpark all the time watching the Brewers games. So this is still available, Inside Baseball with the Milwaukee Brewers of 1972. And also this one, which we did in 1981, of the Chicago White Sox, Inside Baseball with the Chicago White Sox of 1981. And that was the first year when Jerry Reinsdorf and Eddie Einhorn and their group bought the White Sox, their very first year. And of course, one of the people featured on the album is Harry Carey, and he was still broadcasting White Sox games in 1981. And Harry Carey does all the interviews on the White Sox album. And let me just read off to you the people that are on the White Sox album. Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk, Ross Baumgarten, a pitcher from the north side of Chicago. Tony La Russa was the manager, and he's still a good friend of mine. Ron LaFleur, who has the distinction of being a stolen base leader in both the American and National League. And Ed Farmer, who was on the broadcast team of the White Sox for many years. He was a reliever of the year one year with the White Sox. And Mike Squires, who was the last player that I can remember who also, along with being a first baseman, was one of the very few left-handed catchers, left-hand throwing catchers in Major League Baseball. And of course, we can't forget Jerry Reinsdorf. Harry Carey and Jerry Reinsdorf had a great interview on this LP record. And it's half of the LP record is tips for kids, anywhere from Little League all the way up through high school and college. And the other half are interviews with all the players. The same goes with the Brewer record. We have 7 Milwaukee Brewer players from that era, and the same type of a format. Half of it is interviews with the players, and half is instructions on how to play baseball the right way. And right after a short pause, I'm going to come back and tell you what's coming up on today's show. I think you're going to be pleased.
Ho, ho, ho. Hello, everyone. Santa here. You know, Mr. Claus, along with my friend Sparky. There's still time to make the nice list this season. But before we start loading the sleigh to head your way, Sparky and I wanted to remind you of some very important fire safety tips. It's very dangerous for Santa to make deliveries in homes without working smoke alarms. To make your home safe, you need to have alarms on every level, inside or near sleeping areas, and they need to be tested monthly to make sure they work. Also, families need to plan their escape in case of fire and practice twice a year. And remember, climbing out the chimney is Santa's thing. Keep those live Christmas trees watered so they don't become a fire hazard. And remember to turn the lights off on the decorations when you go to bed or when you're not going to be home. Even Rudolph needs some downtime. Please be careful with candles used in holiday decorations and never leave them unattended. Okay. Sparky wants me to remind you to close your bedroom doors before going to bed each night. Did you know most fires occur while you're sleeping? And by closing your bedroom doors, you slow the spread of fire and keeps heat miser away. Santa just might be checking on you when he visits you on Christmas Eve to make sure your door is closed for safety. Remember, close before you doze.
Well, we're back, and I thought I'd bring a couple of newspapers with me today. First, here's the today's newspaper, the Sun-Times of Monday, December 15th, 2025. And this is my front page because I always read it backwards from the sports pages up to the feature pages. Feature pages come last, but it says, "Burst and 10" because the Chicago Bears pulled out a great victory yesterday, 31-3 over the Cleveland Browns, and the highest it got in temperature at the Soldiers Field was 10 degrees. And I think the title, Burst and 10, was very appropriate. Matter of fact, today when I got out of the car and came into the TV studio, it was only 5 degrees. So it went down a little bit from yesterday. And here's another Sun-Times that I brought with me today. And this is from just a few days ago, December 11, Thursday. And my front page has a picture of Michael Jordan and the Bears quarterback, Caleb Williams. Why are they on the front? I would say the back page, which is my front page. Be Like Mike is the title of the story. Be Like Mike. And it's a story written by Pat Finley, one of the great Chicago sports writers. Chicago is very lucky. Chicago fans are very lucky because between the Tribune and the Sun-Times, we've got a real big group of great sports writers, and Pat Finley is one of the better ones. And his story brings out some facts about the Chicago Bears quarterback, Caleb Williams, who was a very avid fan of Michael Jordan, the best player in the history of the Chicago Bulls. And there's some quotes in here that are really good quotes for any father who is coaching his sons out there, anybody that's playing baseball anywhere from high school through college age and wanting to go into college and play basketball or any other sport. Because the same thing goes for football as basketball. The same things that you should remember that come out in this column go for any athlete who wants to be a pro athlete someday. Even if you don't care about being a pro athlete, but you want to be the best at what you do, this is a terrific article for you to read. What Caleb Williams has to say and what Michael Jordan had to say, especially in 1997 when he did a television commercial for Nike. You know, he did a lot, he put together a lot of special shoes for the Nike Shoe Corporation. But one of the things he said is you have to focus. Focus is the main thing in playing any sport. Even when you're watching sports on television, focus is the main thing, but especially for a basketball star or for a star of of the football team like Caleb Williams is going to be, and I predict he's going to be one of the best in the league within 2 to 3 years period. He's only in his second year right now, but he's going to be one of the best. And I can see why from reading Pat Finley's article here, because he does a lot of the things and he thinks the same way that Michael Jordan did when he was a star. And it's good for any player out there. It's good for the fathers who are coaching their sons. It's good for the coaches, high school coaches and college coaches. They should all read this article. And I'll tell you what, if you want to send your text letter or your email message to me at prosportreport@aol.com, I'll send you a copy of this article. If you can't get your hands on it, I'll send you a copy of this article. It's one of the best I've read in a long, long time. Now we're going to take one more short pause, and then we're going to tell you about the rest of our show coming up. Don't touch that dial.
Hi, I'm Robert Adcock with Grand Prairie Fire Department. Remember that if you're using a real tree this year, keep it 3 feet away from any heat sources. Check your holiday decoration lights to make sure that there's no more than 3 strands strung together and the cords are not frayed. Did you know that during the holiday season, 1 out of every 3 house fires is caused by candles? So never leave your candle unattended.
Okay, we're back one more time in our very first inaugural show of Kaps Comments. And coming up, we have a special Christmas treat for you. We have a very talented group. It's a family singing group in the Chicago area. And they're called the Varieties. The reason they're called the Varieties is their first names start with T. Tom, Tim, and Tony. And the wife is Tammy. They're all T's, Varieties. And I tell you, I haven't seen or heard a local group as good as this group. And we're going to give you a little taste of it right now, singing one of their special holiday songs. The Varieties, the Varieties. All right, take it away.
Snow is falling, the lights are bright. Families gather, it's a magical night. Voices ringing, let's raise a cheer. It's that time of year, the best time of year. Hey, hey, let's celebrate together. We're here, it's never too late. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Feel the holiday beat, feel the holiday beat. Cookies baking, the fire's warm. Laughing with friends is the holiday norm. Kids are singing, their faces glow with joy in our hearts. Let it snow, let it snow. Hey, hey, let's celebrate together. We're here, it's never too late. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Feel the holiday beat, feel the holiday beat. Oh, it's for joy. We are. Oh, it's for love. We are. Oh, it's for joy. We are. Together now, let's sing from the heart. One more time with all the voices. Hey, hey, let's celebrate together. We're here, it's never too late. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Feel the holiday beat, feel the holiday beat. Oh, it's for joy. We are. Oh, it's for love. We are. Oh, it's for joy. We are. Together now, let's sing from the heart. One more time with all the voices. Hey, hey, let's celebrate together. We're here, it's never too late. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Feel the holiday beat, feel the holiday beat.
Okay, I'm giving you my applause, and if you want any information on where the Varieties will be playing, just send your card or letter or text message or an email to me at the prosportreport@aol.com and say, attention Kaps Comments. and we'll send you a schedule of where the varieties are playing. I think they're fantastic. And coming right up, we have another special Christmas treat for you, a special classic interview. I call all my older interviews classic interviews because they were all good, but some of them were better than others. And one of my best friends is Jim Peterick, who's the lead singer of the Ides of March. All of the Ides members are good friends of mine, but Jim Peterick, I've got to give him a little extra bonus because he's the lead singer, and he's the one who writes most of their songs. And one of the songs that he wrote is a song called L.A. Goodbye. And they're still on tour, believe it or not. They've been singing together over 50 years from when they were all students at Morton High School in Berwyn, Illinois. They're still singing together and they're still on tour. And one of the songs that I appreciate very much is a song that Jim Peterick wrote as they were leaving one of their big touring events in Los Angeles, California. And on the plane, he wrote this song called L.A. Goodbye. And we had a chance to talk at the Morton High School football stadium a few years ago. And they sang it for me. They dedicated the song to me, Jim Kapsa. And here it is. Well, one of the things, I have to add this in, one of the things in Berwyn Summer Fair 1990 was we got a place in the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's largest kolaczki, which happened to be baked and disseminated here at the festival. Wow. But getting back to Berwyn's heritage, Berwyn, Illinois is known for its Czech heritage. Now it's known as one of the most diverse suburbs in the Midwest. Every nationality and every heritage you can imagine is right here in Berwyn, Illinois. I think we're all proud of that, right?
Oh, for sure. Oh my God. It's a great town, and the Morton West is just growing in leaps and bounds. We took a tour of it. We do this thing, of course, called Vehicle for Education. And this year we have a young man named Fabian who is the recipient. But the principal gave us a tour last year of the kitchen where you can learn to be a chef and a restaurateur, and they have a special facility for freshmen, and just an amazing school. It was amazing when we went there. It's even more amazing now.
Well, I think that you brought your guitar for a reason, right? What do you have in mind?
Well, we thought we'd bring back a little of 1990 when we played just a few blocks over that way, and we attracted 30,000 people. And I'll tell you, we had prepared for that show. That was supposed to be a one-off show. Yeah. When we got that call, do you want to play Berwyn Summer Fair? It's going to be a big deal. And we said, sure. And we hadn't played really much at all for a while. And so, we set up the phonograph, and we were learning our own songs from the records. And for 3 months, we practiced for that day. And you know what? The people went crazy, and it was such a success that we never looked back. We just kept booking more shows. But this song always stands out, and it's one of our most requested songs, and we'd like to do it for you, Jim, dedicated to Jim Kapsa and everyone in Berwyn and all the film crew and Fabian. This is L.A. Goodbye. Well, my wavelength gets a little longer every time I wave goodbye. Hi, hi. Sentimental breakdown. I break down and laugh. Hi, hi. Where I'm not supposed to lie my head. Always seem my softest pillow. And as I board my plane, something inside my brain hates to wave L.A. goodbye. L.A. goodbye. Bridge. L.A. goodbye. L.A. I will see you around sometime. goodbye. LA, I wanna be around sometime. LA, goodbye. This is where everybody sings along and claps their hands. La da 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 da. Get warm. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Come on, Tom. La da 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 da. 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 Sun up, Sunset Strip, and I feel trip over to your hideaway. Hey, hey. Sunset Princess beckons, and we love the night away. Hey, hey. And now I feel like years away from the west side of Chicago. And as I board my plane, something inside my brain hates to wave LA goodbye. LA goodbye. Come on, LA goodbye. LA, I'm gonna see you around now. LA goodbye. Can't see the tear in my eye now. LA, I'm a coming home. Hello, Berwyn. LA, goodbye. LA, goodbye. LA, goodbye. LA, goodbye.
Hey! All right. Well, I loved it again, and I've seen it many, many times, but I'm humbled that they dedicated the song to me. They should also have dedicated it to Tom Trissolari, who was our camera guy and our producer, because he's behind the scenes, and he was right there when we recorded that song at the Morton High School football stadium. And that's about all the time we have for today, but remember, this is our first show, and we want some input from our fans out there. I want you to send your suggestions and comments to me, Jim Kapsa, at Kaps Komments at prosportreport@aol.com. We'll see you next time. Have a happy day, sports fans. And now we have to say goodbye. So on the count of three, ready, guys? 3, 2, 1. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.